south of the racetrack. Nobody yet from the lead lap. Carl Edwards stays out. Jimmy stays out. Keselowski stays out. Apparently they will roll the dice and try to take it to the end. Now here comes Mark Martin. Here comes Greg Biffle. Paul Menard. Marcus Ambrose is in. Casey Kane is coming in. These drivers saying, we're going to make it to the end because we're going to stop and get fuel. Stay post.
Yeah, no need to worry about it. He's toward the back end. Kurt Busch is in. He's a lap down. Here's Jimmy.
International Raceway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
Well, we're going to go into overtime here in the Subway Fresh Fit 500. Of course, Carl Edwards has been to Gatorade Victory Lane here at Phoenix 2010. There you see him crossing over the finish line. So Carl Edwards trying to break a 70 race winless streak, and obviously fuel is going to be the issue of the day here in the closing laps.
Well, this is really simple as you come back to Phoenix International Raceway. Who has enough fuel to go the distance? Who can go to victory lane? It will take Sunoco fuel, Joe.
Absolutely. That's what it comes down to. All the planning, all the work they did all day, as we talked about a little bit earlier. On him, we get a green, white checker finish. That's exactly what we have now, and it is certainly concerning the race leader. Every last bit of it. And now we have other teams are running out of fuel out there. Right now has just been met by a tow truck, and they are trying to push Landon back onto pit road. Now, at the same time, we're coming to the green flag. Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson, Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin as they quickly try to get that car of Landon Kessel off the racetrack so we can end this. I don't think I've ever seen a car being pushed that quickly. The tow truck is pushing him to pit road because we are going green this time. NASCAR realizes these guys are right on the edge of making it the distance. And here we go. The American Ethanol green flag about to wave. The field comes off turn number 4. Will they make it to the finish in this overtime run here at Phoenix?
Green flag back in the air. Everybody standing up here at Phoenix. Keselowski pushing Carl Edwards. Big push to the inside of the racetrack.
They're celebrating here in the Subway crew.
Big day for Carl Edwards, picking up the victory after, again, 70 races without a win. Finally picking it up, and as we talked about earlier, that gives him a huge leap in the championship point standings. He'll be 11th in the points, leaving here. Last week after Daytona, he was 30th.
He is dug out of that hole, that is for sure. And he is met along the front straightaway by his entire team. It is yellow on the side. It says Subway, Fresh Fit. It's a Ford, and he's won his own race. Here in Phoenix, we'll be back in a moment.
All right, Carl Edwards stops at the start and finish line. What do you think he has in mind? What do you think he has in mind, race fan? Phoenix International Raceway. That Subway Ford Fusion. Oh yeah, here we go. Carl Edwards to the door. Hand to the ear. Yes. Backflip. Signature backflip, Carl Edwards. He'll stop and pick up the checkered flag. Oh, and Phoenix, he's coming in the stands. In the crowd, Carl Edwards, just like he did back in 2010 here at Phoenix International Raceway. Oh, yes. So Carl Edwards will go to Gatorade Victory Lane for the second time at Phoenix International Raceway in Sprint Cup competition. And for the second time, he breaks a 70-race winless streak. And both of them come here at Zoomtown, USA. Oh yes, a win is great, and then when you can do it in your sponsors race, we look at Sprint Vision. This was the battle for second. Denny Hamlin went well below the yellow line down there through the dogleg, got by Keselowski and Jimmy Johnson. But Jimmy Johnson battles back on the outside. Watch this. Here they come to the stripe again. This is for second. Jimmy Johnson nips Denny Hamlin at the line for second. What a finish indeed.
Stuck the landing and then celebrated up in the grandstands with the crowd here at Phoenix International Raceway. We'll hear from our race winner in just a moment. Now let's hear from some of our top 5 finishers. We'll start with Steve Post.
Well, Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading up against the National Guard Chevrolet and Junior. Top 5 finish for you, second one of the season. Tell us about your afternoon here at Phoenix.
Well, I hate to be frustrated in Phoenix, but I think we are. We had a real good car, and we feel like we could have finished better than 5th, maybe won the race. Just didn't get the brakes on pit road. We kind of got boxed in and picked on beating the 99 off pit road there. I think we could have beat him off pit road, but somebody was pulling in their stall in front of us and just had to lift to give the spot to the 99. But that was the race in my opinion, and we almost had it won right there. But real good race car. Tough in traffic, you know, tough to get 2 people, but we made our car good enough to actually make some passes and gain on a few guys.
That's Dale Earnhardt Jr., 5th place run here today. Alex?
And Jimmy Johnson won the Daytona 500, came across the stripe today in the 2nd spot. And Jimmy, you had to fight for everything out there today. Little bend down here on the left front fender. Describe the race here today, especially there towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, racing-wise, it was tough to pass all day long. Track position and strategy on pit road really seemed to be the big deal. We went 4 early, and it cost us a lot of track position, and we never made that mistake again the rest of the day and stayed up front. But very exciting finish there to come